It's gonna be bright. You want me to turn off my HDR?
Oh, no, it just bothers me.
Okay. So I have to change some settings if we do, but
It doesn't bother me.
I think I needed to go to Rocket League. I'm so fucking unk now. I don't even know where to go. Match history, save to replace. Okay, there we go. I don't know which one you are. Are you Howard, kickoff enthusiast?
Yeah, it's me.
I like
Have you seen him on Instagram?
No.
Howard kicking. You've not seen Howard? Yo, pause this shit real quick and look at him. You need to understand this reference. You need to understand it.
Please leave me alone.
The one. Just watch one of the videos.
Destroying Rocket League creators until I lose. Today we're up against Morpheus. Let's show him some Matrix level skills. Looks like we're starting the game off with some illegal cross-map air dribbles, but I'll allow it since I'm feeling nice. Howard kickoff. He messes up a touch and I get a bit overwhelmed trying to find the ball, but I manage to score a banger. Howard kickoff. Introducing my brand new mechanic. The Howard.
It reminds me of the I'm Diamond 1.
Paintbrush.
Yeah, no, that's exactly the kind of
that will be banned from my series moving forward.
Oh my god.
As it's too good. Howard kickoff. Morpheus.
He does it
I'm Diamond 1.
A good pop and bumps me. This really hurt, but I didn't even cry, I swear. Howard kickoff. I go up the wall to set up a crazy ceiling musty fake that leaves him with no choice but to pass me the ball. Howard mind control.
There's also somewhere like someone will score. Someone will score something and he'll be like,
fumble mechanic. So I guess
this makes me angry, and he'll be like, angry Howard kickoff.
Overtime this game. I'm not scared. I'm terrified. Time to lock in now, Howard. You can do this. Howard kickoff. A Howard floor sweeper of doom to end the game. Never mind. A 5-minute overtime. And this last goal goes to me because he was vertically offside.
Oh my god, it's all
you gotta listen to me.
Cinema. Day 4.
This last goal goes to me because he was offside.
Every time someone air dribbles, he calls them vertically offside. He just says the goal doesn't count, and then he says he wins the game. Like he declares himself the winner of every game.
I go to grab boost, and Wes thinks that's an open invitation to score an open net. Goal disallowed. Day 38 of destroying Rocket League creators until I lose. Today we're up against Cop. He has undiagnosed mental problems, or maybe he's just Australian. Easy W. He demos me, so I hit him with the Howard respawn surprise shot mechanic. This is by far my most powerful mechanic I've created. Howard kickoff. That's why it's the best. Haha. Howard kickoff. He shoots too high and misses, so I have plenty of time to recover and save this shot. Howard kickoff. If he scores this open net, I will become evil Howard.
Watch.
Howard rage mechanic. Evil Howard kickoff.
Okay, maybe that was too evil. I'm sorry, Cop.
And it worked? Okay, I've seen enough.
And then he goes, happy Howard kickoff. That's why I saw his shit side and changed my Howard kickoff enthusiast. Now I have people in my games asking all the time, why aren't you doing the Howard kickoff?
This is illegal. What the fuck was this?
This is illegal.
What is this illegal? Okay, that shot. Okay, space out.
Me.
No. No, he should have like this and then marked him here. Yeah. Saw that you're backwards and then would have went for it. If you greed that boost at that point, it's like kind of scary, but
right, I went for him here.
Okay. This is illegal. just like no respect on backboard plays. And
Yeah, I know. Teammates.
yeah,
Teammates, man.
I don't understand why people don't just literally play the step 2, which is like they're going to
Wait
clear
that
it.
extra touch. Just wait the extra touch.
You wait the extra touch, yes, and then they're going to clear it, and then you're good. Okay, so you did it here. This is good. I think you should have respected him, but that's okay.
Yeah, I realized because like that's my thought process now. I was like, how can I get to this ball as fast as possible? I'm trying to basically test how fast like I can get to
Right.
these. Like,
That's good. That's good, actually. You see how he didn't do it here, though? You see how, look how he's going for all the way back for boost.
Yeah, he should be looking.
Yeah, he should be. You should be looking at doing what you just did here when you rotated out. But instead, he doesn't. Instead, he jumps off. Now his angle's off, and then he flips out. Now he can't turn onto it.
Now he's just a straight 1v1.
Right. So then you turn, and then now he's got no angle. You end up you fix it, and then he's gonna go wide. It's not gonna work anyway, even if it does go across, which is why you rotate opposite side zone and then cut in that way. But what do I know? Okay, you should have been looking here, unless you were completely zero. Let me see. Yep, you flipped out. Let me see. You flipped out. No. Yep. There you go. There it is. Ay. High eco situations on switches, you just drop your zone.
To like stay midfield almost. Like
oh yeah. Yeah, I mean, look, it's one of two things. Either you're playing for his 50, just kind of brain dead here in the corner.
That's why I tried to play back. Right. I was like, okay, he looks dusty.
Right. But what you're essentially playing for is at the roll, basically at this midline. Anywhere in this space. So you want to be something like right here.
So like you wouldn't think Batmo is gonna try to take this up high? Like if it's rolling with this much momentum, you don't think he can like try to play for a beat on
I play for it low, and then when it's high, then I space. And then I go back in.
Okay. That's why I was just trying to figure out like what you do if it does go high. I'm trying to figure out how.
Well, I would basically play for a dead 50 here because it looks actually okay here. You know, seeing as though he's beat, he could pinch it around. So I'd kind of just start spacing out here. See that he's backwards, and look at this point. This is not an equal 50-50. This is not going to be a dead 50. It's either he's going to ultra lose this, or
that's why I was playing.
Right. It's way too weird for me in these positions. I've noticed
the variance on this position was so high, I decided to give up.
Right. But the way that you do it is you're still looking here, but you see this and you try to kind of fix whatever you can out of this, and then you look in. You know?
So basically what you're saying is like high variance plays are really hard to cover everything.
Right, because your entry into the position cannot be like it can't be fully optimized.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Because your entry, so like, you know, when you play with good players, the variance is way lower. So your entry in a position.
They know how to control
I mean, think of it this way, it's like chess. Like in chess, when you're playing the book, you only know that they're gonna do one of 3 moves.
Right, but if you're playing someone random, they could do something stupid.
Yeah, they'll go off book.
You have no idea.
Right, they'll go off book, and then things are a little bit awkward. You know, like if you get somebody that plays a Traxler, even though the Traxler counterattack is actually better, right? It's like I think it's like a +2, right, out of the fried liver.
It's only Traxler only works if your opponent's a fucking retard.
Well, and he goes for fried liver anyway, and then if he's extra greedy, he's gonna go for fishing pole, which I mean, you just don't accept it. Yeah. But my point is that that is a sequence of moves that you know and you are well calculated for. But if he does something that kind of takes it out of book, as long as you more or less know the theory, you could kind of either punish it, right? Or sometimes you got to just deal with the variance on top of that, because
you just like take your advantage and call it a day. Yeah.
Pretty much, right? You just know what you need out of the position. Here, once you swap zones, there's one of two things. Either it's going to be a dead 50 and you play super tight, or right, you're going to see this. You're going to see that he's going to have full possession. And look, he either goes for boost or goes for 50. Yeah. That's it. I mean, I mean, either he goes for this 50 here. If he's ever backwards to it, it's going to be losing neutral, if that. And at that point, how you rotate, if you were rotating like this, is very difficult to then come midfield, which is what you ideally want for him to hit at midfield like this, right? That you would like to be here, but that's not realistic because you're not going to be able to correct yourself. And at that point, sometimes, even at that point, you want to hunt like this and you have to give it up and essentially dodge this demo, that's acceptable.
Yeah, that's what I did here.
Right, that's acceptable. No, but the problem is here is that you know that you're not going to be able to cross this zone, right? Yeah. You could see this here. It looks like he's going to go for it. You turned off bulk cam. You didn't look at the first man 50, and then you flipped. So you missed that point. So the position ended up morphing into step 3, Step 3 was essentially you had step 1, which is read 50. Step 2 is try to correct whatever you can off of basically whatever variance of the play was, which is it went midfield, right? It was either it's a 50-50 and it goes midfield, or it's like kind of like more or less high variance and it drops completely square midfield. This is like square midfield ish, right? And even that, if it sometimes goes over you that point, then you could break out and then it morphs into your position here. So you did step 1, which is you read the 50, but then you didn't do step 2, which is you basically fix your angle because you turned off ball cam, and then you went into step 3, and then it kind of morphed in.
So read, correct, and then adapt.
Exactly.
That's your little 3-step process.
Exactly. It's read and then correct whatever you can, right? And this is kind of like what you're reading is the variance right here. Sometimes these positions are going to be like he's either going to be late or it's going to be neutral, right?
Yeah.
Now your teammates should not be backwards to it, ideally. But if you do see him rotating backwards like this and they're just going to eat the 50, he will never have a positive 50. Period. Done.
Yeah.
Never.
I knew that.
So play for loss and play wide. It's okay to play a little bit wider there, right?
Okay.
And then from there, like if it goes into them, just let them hit it. If it goes into them, they're going to clear it. You play for clear. And then if it goes midfield and then it goes out, those are the only possibilities that can happen. You're either going to shoot it off of the midfield, which is kind of crazy because that's super high variance play. So it's kind of a coin flip that if it did happen, that's a very low percentage.
I probably would have popped it back into corner and then like played like a low 50 or some shit if I had if I did stay close to this. Probably would have.
Right. That's the cascading logic map that we're dealing with right now. You know, because you're trying to read it and you're trying to read based on his advantage. His advantage is he's late to the ball, so they have more time and space, and he has no angular advantage. So that means that he's going to have a losing 50.
Okay.
Right. Yeah. Because all defense needs to do is just trade you out. Your angular advantage is terrible. Now, it would be completely superior if he was opposite side zone and he saw this 50 like this, and then he went like this, saw the whiff, and now he's onto it. See, now he counterpart matches this.
Now it pinches up off like the corner of the ceiling or something.
And then your rotation out could be somewhat tight, but you can also play for a positive win, and that it maybe potentially go over their second man, something like that, and you can play for that too. Yeah. Right? Then that changes the way that you rotate out at that point. This is the shit that Jakey gets stuck on, by the way, and then he screams at me and tells me that what he did here isn't correct, or is correct. And I'm like, no, it isn't. You failed step 2. And then he's like, no, I disagree. And I'm like, okay, well, that means you're wrong. It still means you're wrong. Okay. And so this is what drives me crazy. This is what drives me crazy about the kids. Or Jakey in particular. Potato won't... I would say I'm relatively pretty fucking reasonable. I'm like, hey, you did step 1 and 3 right. It ended up being okay, but this is not the way to do it. Okay, what happened here? Why does there break? So that's how to handle switches. This is kind of the same shit that we used to get confused on sometimes, by the way, which in the same session that we did last time, actually, I think a few months ago, you actually were able to fix this. So it's just a quick reminder, you know, it's a quick reminder. You don't want to default into the boost right here. And then taking this is very awkward.
I knew he hit this up to his teammate, and I didn't want to guess that his teammate was
right, but that's just this is like this is a really tough position to play now because of that, because when you turn and face, you have 2 different options, or you got to cover his high or low, so he could just boom it over you, right? Or you have to cover the passing option, and you kind of don't know where he is based on the vision. So why is this a problem in the first place? Well, this is kind of a cascading error based on I would say kind of a slight misread from Fiasco all. So what he should read here is that they're awkward here, right? And if he plays near side at this point, he should be looking here, see that it's awkward, and then from play here. And if he can't reach this, he has to space out to then rotate in like this.
Or let me cut for him there, no?
Or that, exactly that.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Because if you take it backwards, this position happens. And this is especially true for pro level, right?
Right.
So this is basically a transition to offense. They're awkward. First man gets another hit onto it. And now it becomes a 2 TOF switch. This is now a 2 TOF switch. It's just switching fields. Right? So it's just a switch. And now he has one of 2 options, right? You can, look, it's three. All it is this. If you're beating, go for 50. Okay? If you're not already opposite side zone, so if you were on the 2 TOF switch, but you were near side like this, and you're not beating, right? So you're here, basically where he is, and you're not beating, right? Then you have to play like this and plan to play off of this front post to basically enter into the position, which is what you are doing. You are doing the same thing, but you're playing it vertically. He's doing it off of this line, right? Essentially this line right here. I don't know if you see it. This little line right here. He's doing it off of this line.
And so him doing it on his line gives him the angle to
challenge
the square. And then it gives me the ability to play up or play back depending on the field.
Right. It gives you both offense and defense capabilities because you can morph into an offensive posture. Right. Because if he's backwards to this, he can't really facilitate this forwards on top of the fact that
he's like rushing his challenge.
And also you don't know where it's going to go. So that means your position's now somewhat awkward. This is a very big problem. It's a very big problem with second man because everybody that is random that goes and plays second man, they always play your near side. They play up your ass. A switch happens and they think they need to rush this, then they realize they can't go, and then they're backwards, and then that fucks up your 1-3. This is a very common position actually because people are just terrible. It's 10 years.
It's funny, that guy, my teammate was he's on an alt. He was 2K on his main, like 2K.
They don't know shit. Bro, I'm telling you, these people are fucking awful. I was playing last night. I was just like, I mean, I'm like, we're in the 0.2% of this fucking game, and people still don't know how to play this fucking game. You know, 2 TOF switch. Now this is the kind of shit that I was trying to talk with Arc, what I couldn't really articulate in a way. You're actually slicing the field vertically, but you're doing it in different ways. But because he makes this mistake and then he takes this 50 backwards, now the responsibility in how you handle the spacing, whether or not you need to rotate tight or here, it's just, it's like, it's so weird now.
Yeah,
right?
You have to really dig into your bag to figure out how that 50 is going to.
And often it's not going to work out the way that you want, and then your approach is going to be terrible. Yeah, and then it's just, and then you're out of book, and then the position falls, and then you get a super awkward position like this because this guy's backwards, on top of the fact that you made this rotation here, which they should be hunting for a demo on you right here. So now you're rushed. You can't see him. You have to go. You're also blind. Now you need to dispossess him as well, so you have to go for it, but then you're also taking it from a terrible angle, so you're not really able to get a second touch. You're also not able to hit it forwards. See how all of this kind of, this is what I call it, this is the forced error. The forced error was this. Now, this is the forced error, right? And so then they play you one out, and now you can't really go. Yeah, and I mean, it's just awkward at this point, but the thing is, there's a complete breakdown. It was mistake A right here. On the approach, right here into the corner, what by Fiasco, right? Should have just let them go and give them the sideline. You have to create an Achilles heel. You know, like defense, like especially when you're marking people in soccer, basketball, you're allowing them to go to one side because you just want to close down the center. You can have the corner all day. That's the Achilles heel. You say you can't cover everything, so you give them the corner. You say, okay, you can have that space, but you're not going to get in the center. This is the Sun Tzu. This is in the chapter disposition. Strength in the front, you weaken the back. Strength in the right, you weaken the left. It's the strength in the back, you weaken the front. I mean, that's how it is. No, always, right? So entry in a position is very also dependent on also your teammate, which is kind of the shit where like you feel awful when you go back into these games, and then you don't play with me a minute, and you're like, hey, I feel great. It's like, well, now I feel bad because that means A, you probably degenerated a little bit, but I mean also like there's just nothing you can do here as far as him getting it out. Like he could fake it, he could go over. You know, and now you're in kind of a 2v1 position. Okay, we'll move on. That's a 2 TOF switch. That's every pattern you need to know about. That's how to enter into the position when you're first man. It's how to enter when you're second man. It's what to look out for. It's how to outplay the position specifically also. You know, which when you went up for the aerial mechanically, you have to outplay the 2v1. If you just hit it square, it won't be enough. You will get scored on there.
Everything makes so much more sense now. Like even though that was a lot what you went through, like it all makes sense now because I've already got like all of the really hard shit down for 2v2. Like I think I can actually apply it.
Would you say it's relatively simple?
Yeah, now it is. Like now, I don't know, for whatever reason, my brain just wasn't like getting it before, but now I can actually like see how it applies, and I can explain it to myself. Like enough to where I can consistently stay in like 17, 1800.
I'm trying to draw an A or B or C and just make it like that and make it very logical.
Yeah, because usually when I first started like learning this stuff, like what you would have just said probably would have just like mind fucked me because there were so many words, but like now it makes sense.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Here's why I think people are kind of lazy and why it takes a degree of intelligence to watch my YouTube to an extent. Because what you're doing in your head is you're literally drawing a logic map while you go while you're breathing. While you're listening to me, you're building the logic map, and then you're ironing out as you go. It's very tough and very demanding. Now, I've already had years of training for this because I've done it to myself for years and then refined every logical step moving forward. So for somebody, it's a complete barrage of information dump. But the truth is somebody could record my video, transcript it, put it into an AI model, and get the same result as if I would have fucking said it. Almost. Pretty fucking close, honestly. I found that AI is actually somewhat inaccurate, but it gets most of the job done. It'll miss some nuanced shit here and there, and I have to literally retrain it. But you do that. But if you're dumb, you could get an AI to do it, but people are still too fucking lazy. I found that. That's what I found, at least. It's kind of honestly just been like, you know, like it's that depression. It's that guy with the Half-Life 2 where he's got the syringe in his chest and it's just depression, and it says depression on it. Yeah. Okay. Continue moving forward. Okay. So he's gonna come out a second. You grab the full.
I don't know why they glitch
it's
it.
it's a spectator bug. Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna say because I had 100 here.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a little greedy. It's a loss of space there, but it's okay. Okay. You have two options. Okay, you're gonna rotate near side. You gotta relax. I'm not a big fan of the donut there, but that's okay. You want to go again?
That was kind of an accident.
Yeah, I can see. So you hit it forward here. You have two options. You can play opposite side, near side. You decide to play near side. I would not boost. I would just relax. I'd just wait. He's gonna hit it forward, and then from there you can slot this way. And one of the big advantages in not rotating midfield and doing this shit that a lot of people like to do, where they like to rotate back into midfield and then do donut, and then they can't go for it because then they're backwards like this, and then this guy scares them, and then they can't go for it because one of the big reasons that you can rotate in a sideline is to literally cheat that whole problem and to come around this way to give yourself an angle.
And that's kind of what I did.
Right.
I did the donut further off, but it's still
right.
Like, it was fast enough to where I kind of
right. But you kind of did it, but you did it in the sideline, which ended up working out. But that is a cheat. You could do it. So you're technically employing two different. You're employing the sideline rotation that I recommend, right? Now again, ideally you want to do that when fucking Batmobile's hitting this back into the wall. But the thing is you can also do that to play midfield. That's my point. You could still do it not for their second man clear here. To go back into the midfield sideline, you could actually play the midfield by coming into the sideline, because then you change your approach to now come into the midfield. Because if you donut here in the midfield, then you're doing a complete 180 turn, and then to the ball, and you're backwards to the ball.
On the sideline, you can create an angle.
Right, you could. Well, A, you could create the angle, but B, also it's completely telegraphed for their second man who's rushing up the field and bum rushing it to 50 you, how you're going to tackle it when you're going to 50, right? And your approach is better because you could shove it from the sideline. You could shove it back into the corner. And if the second man is coming back from their own backfield, wants to go for it, he can't, which is exactly what happens here. So you meant to two-touch it. In any case, it's still kind of awkward there. They hit it square.
I meant to slam the shit out of it.
I would have played hooky here. First of all, if I saw a touch this backwards, I would have saw this. I know you meant to slam it. As long as you put it behind him, you actually baited a bad clear in his part. And now I would have come here. And now I would have come here and waited, and then you're here. That's what I would have done. Now, why am I thinking of this? Well, because A, they hit it square, and you don't need to rotate back. You can play hooky.
Can't follow it, so teammate should have a free touch out. So
right. So it's behind him. So if I got my side goes for this right now, he's gonna fuck his teammate. At this point, it's a free ball, right? Once you see this a whiff, and now you can just play. Yeah, and you could also help to play secure. Yeah. You could. That's when you just play. You play the extension. You don't need to rush out. All right. What happened here? Okay. So you baited it. Fiasco's gonna go. That's good. Okay. And you can't turn. Okay. Unlucky. So you have to give it. Now he's gonna turn. All of this looks good. Dogs. Never mind. Okay. Just completely killed the offense.
I thought he was gonna hit it out, and then.
Okay. Then he faked you. Okay. I would have played this midfield. Just flick it. That's good. I would just play. Take the space. Just flick it over. That's what you don't want when you make a flick like this. Is for him to bait it. And then he gets a free air dribble and then gets a flip reset on your teammate. That's what you don't want.
Right. Yeah.
You don't want him to allow a higher low, right? If he gets an air dribble and control in the air, then you fucked up on your flick. You should have just gone for the low 50. Okay, right.
Usually,
if you see that this guy's backwards and you could land a good flick over it, just take the space. Because believe it or not, that's still a win.
Close. I should be able to
right. Just you could just bait it right here and just flick it. Yeah. Just take your space. Boom. Just take it in the corner. Right. Even this 50's fine. I would. You could go for it again. All right, that's fine. Okay, you weren't sure where he was. Now you play extension. Okay. I don't think going for the demo there is the right play. Teammate, XD, hello. Okay, that's really greedy, by the way. The boost grab. Okay, he's gotten a shot here. Watch pinch. Yeah, okay. It was a little scary. It looked like you...
Yeah, I went a little far up the wall, and then I realized it late. I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah. Okay, so Fiasco, look at this. God, it's the same shit every time. Now, what did I just recommend for second man 2 TOF? On a waiting first man. What did I just recommend that he could do?
You told me to slow down, first off.
Right.
You were like, fucking slow down. If it looks like it's going to go to the switch, you just say play opposite
right,
side.
but what's the whole point of playing sideline? Can you play midfield through sideline?
Yes, you can.
Right, exactly. Okay, so is this...
He should be playing hard in the sideline because if the guy does get it...
Right, but is he backwards to this?
Yes.
Right, so there's a big threat. So that means that because you're onto it, even though you're somewhat late, you're still going to force a big clear, right? Or you're still going to force like a bad touch out of it, right?
And he should be waiting for that.
Right, so he should be waiting for that. So Drawley likes to play here.
Yes,
they like to play here.
You told me about.
Right.
I literally. That's one of the things I do remember, and I do this a lot whenever my teammates are in. Like, there's some games I don't have one like on hand, but like when I see situations like this, I hard play the sideline.
They'll literally play right where this gradient line is. Most maps have this gradient line, by the way. They have it right here.
Yeah, I figured that.
This is the primo spot actually, yeah. They don't like to sit here actually, because most of the time what happens is they have to slot in and then fix themselves
and
then
then
go here.
And they don't have.
And then they ruin their momentum. They don't have good approach because if you approach from the midfield and then try to go in from the sideline, it's a lot more awkward than just already being sidelined. Now you still give up the midfield a little bit, but the point is that even if the ball does go midfield a little bit, usually the second man is going to beat you.
Because he's backwards.
Well, the second man is usually going to beat you. Well, because what happens normally is that their second man is going to play into the midfield, something like this, offset from the goal line. He's going to play somewhat in, like, not on the goal line.
So he's playing goal side so he can face. But
well, because if it bounces here, he could still mark it tight. So playing midfield, playing midfield at a high level it kind of doesn't work.
It doesn't work. It's the same situation with me and Jakey where I dove that one day where you were like, why do you need to force him? He's blind. You don't need to go.
Right.
Remember that freezer play where we both went? It's kind of like that.
Yeah, it's the same thing. It's the same thing with Jakey. Well, actually, in the same position that led to the whole argument with Jay Rosa. And so you see that. And now because he's midfield, it fucks up the entire offense. But now, yeah, he gets a good touch. This is going to be a decent 50, right? You're going to go up for it with full. Don't get bumped. He's going to cut early. Okay, so this is actually good. I don't know what he's doing. Okay, that was just terrible on his part. I can see. I honestly don't mind your dive, but the thing, I don't mind it because like it's such a good position. But like at the same time, like dude, this is so ungodly terrible because he saw him turn.
Yeah.
Like, right here, like he sees his name tag. It's all the way in the corner. That's all you need to look for, right? Right? He sees it.
Catch it.
One good touch. If he goes too fucking early dive, you just play a low 50. Period. There's no threat.
Yep.
There's no threat. But instead, he just does this shit. Bro, just keep it. Man, these motherfuckers just need to keep it simple, bro. Just keep it simple.
This guy's on an alt too. He's trying to smurf this shit. It's so bad.
It's good, bro. Just play it simple. Just play the low 50.
I don't even really get mad at teammates anymore because it's like when shit like that happens, I'm not even really mad that I lost because usually, more often than not, I'm at a high enough rank to where the next game my teammate actually does do better.
I needed his boost count.
I think that goes.
Okay, he needs to drop the zone and then play the switch. You see how see this? You see this?
Yeah.
Okay, can you see the mistake? First of all, it went in off of the pinch. It's crazy. Okay, but what is the mistake here?
Well, the mistake is that he does what I did the first time and he rotates too tight.
That's it. And what does that give up?
It gives up the midfield. He can't turn in.
Beautiful. Done.
But look at my POV. Honestly, look at this shit.
But what does that also do? What does that also do in terms of covering the second man clear?
Well, now he can't because the second man now has time to get it to the first man, and the first man should be able to get a free touch on this. Like, he could play it up to the first man on the wall, or he can solo it himself, and now he's just kind of in a 2v1.
Well, the whole point of the second man is containment right here. Not just it's covering the passing lane in, right? But the thing is he's no longer pressuring him. The whole reason that this guy is it feels like he needs to give it up is because you could turn early onto it. And that's actually
now
a bait.
That he knows he's too far. Yeah, now that he knows he's too far, he's succeeded so much space to where they just take their time and it's
exactly. So now they get to really greet it at an angle onto their clear. But if you're here and you're around and you're looking, any semblance of this playing a shadow, looking to cut in at any point right here, looking to do it, this guy is going to feel it because you could turn. Exactly. But now there's no threat of a turn, so he gets to really yes. It's not just that, because he could technically cover the passing angle here. But what you're missing is
I'm saying, like,
is the
if
pressure element.
I'm saying if Bobby like drives slightly up wall and his teammate hits it really shallow to him, I don't think my teammate could cover that. Like, you see where Bobby is? Like, if Shu passes it to Bobby up on the wall, I don't know if my teammate could get there.
He might be able to fucking fix it. But in any case, the whole thing is you're playing pressure and you're also playing defense.
Right.
He's broken this to only play defense, but you're not playing defense when you aren't doing any pressure.
Exactly.
You're just giving them the fucking
much,
ball.
You're putting too much pressure on your defense itself, and then you end up getting scored on anyway.
Well, right, yeah. Well, I mean, because there's the nice balance of offensive pressure, but it's honestly defense. You could say it's both.
The pressure helps your defense.
Exactly.
It makes your defense easier. It forces options. It forces the opponent to have less options. Look at my POV on the shot though. This guy tried to fucking coaxer pinch it, and I just egoed him.
You dunked his bitch ass. So you went opposite side zone, and you played the switch, and look at that.
I just beat him to it. Just a perfectly placed bottom cross.
Man,
I put my
hands in the air.
This shit pissed me off.
Is this a Howard kickoff?
No, I'm on cheat. I think my teammate is being stupid though. Or no, I just took a terrible 50. Never mind. That was my fault. I just took a horrid 50. Yeah, it was just a bad 50.
Unlucky. I think it was a little late on his jump, actually.
He was late. He could have jumped early, but I still took it.
Spanish fucking chodes.
No, everyone in this race spams that shit.
Oh, yeah. Sad. Okay, he's going to play opposite. That's good. Go off for it. Play one off wall. Good idea. That's fine. Okay, so now you have to see it. All right, he corrected it. But see how his turn is... Okay, so he's marking it. I don't think... Okay. Okay, so so now he's gonna go. Okay, so it ended up being okay. It literally literally band-aids for defense. Like it literally barely held on. It was literally like soldered together with like the fucking. Okay, it's a good 50. Okay. Okay, that's fine. It's a free touch. Okay, that's fine. For the 50, but it's rotated too wide. You see the flip?
Yep.
It's every fucking time these people never fucking play for it.
You can see, look at my POV though, like from well, not my POV, but I'm saying from his POV, you can see me marking everything he does.
You flipped out. Don't flip out. By the way, if you ever get this full, this is a big win. Getting this full is a big win. Because it means it means you don't have to greed every single pad just to be relevant on offense. It means right? It means that you could sacrifice, like, because what you're doing in a position is you have economy and space to worry about. So you have boost and space. But when you get all the boost, all you got to worry about is space now. So you get to really fine tune your position on a low variance position, which is exactly what happens here. So if you flip out, you're locked in animation just in case he wins. Don't make this mistake.
Well,
your teammates do this.
Okay, well, I have a question. Since I know he's winning this up the wall, does the flip, like, to get back behind the play, not really...
No, why?
So where should I go? Where should I go?
You go here, you see the flip. First of all, I mean, he's at a superior angle. Like, he should never really typically lose this. All right, let me look back here and just double confirm this. Okay, so he goes for full. You get it over one. Now it's a 50 into their two. Okay. In any case, what would happen is you shouldn't flip fully backwards. You should flip here. Because even if it goes into the corner, you could basically play it into the corner through here, and it's still fine.
I just fucked up my flip. I literally just, like, you can see, like, the way I land. I literally
right, but you're flipping out. You don't need to flip out. You look, like you get your two, you get your win.
I did mean to flip. I did mean to flip more midfield.
You could go here. As soon as you get confirmation, he's going to hit it here. And now you could decide to go here. Like, what you would do is you either turn out this way if he's completely dusting and winning it this over him and he's got an offensive threat, or you turn back this way, right? And then you're beating him early rather than giving him possession. Because right here, what happens is you end up underneath him. You kind of fuck up your recovery, and you're having a donut and then go, and now you feel awkward because now your timing's off.
Yeah.
Right? Because now you're like, oh fuck, he has possession again. Right?
Yeah.
But when you do this, okay, so you got the 50 though, and then your teammate didn't do what I wanted you to do, because you see he flips out with 60 boost, uses 30, flips out, doesn't trust this. I would be trusting this if I get time and space like this, and this guy's a bad fucking hit. First of all, I know that this guy's gonna have a bad 50. I'm trusting you to land a square, and this isn't gonna be a full beat, because then I could be right here, and then I'm onto it.
Yeah.
And now he's going to go early, and I will take that trade all day. Okay, and they just fucking throw. Okay, what the point is coaching anyway? What's my point when they are just this terrible?
Yeah. I mean, this is
You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying, though. It's the flip outs.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Because he should have been beat, but the guy tried to control it in front of him.
Right, and then he fucked it up anyway, and then it makes me look like a dumbass because it's like, what the fuck are you talking about, Lucian? It's mainly the flip outs and the rush.
Wow, I did not realize how bad my teammate was in this game. I did not realize how bad he was playing. I guess that's a good thing. Because I really did not have much to say about this guy. Like, I mean, it wasn't great, but like, I was not complaining at all this game.
Nobody.
I was just playing a game.
Yeah, well, this is why you feel, part of the reason why it seems somewhat biased. So first of all, I said, first of all, I think you place a lot of importance in terms of how you're doing, not as well as the position and the mental checklist that it is in a position. All it is this game is just a brain exercise for me of whether or not I can actually follow the same logic map I've been following for fucking 4 years now that I've developed. That's all it is to me. And how well I can do it mechanically. Whether I can put what's in my brain over into my thumbs and actually execute it. That's all it is. It's literally a mental exercise. It's kind of fun for me. It kind of cures my ADD in that sense. But the other thing is, right, so A, you place a little bit too much importance in that. And B, also, you also feel like shit because you also see everything that's wrong whenever we play. So when I'm fresh into the coaching, you also get that a little bit of that internal bias and you think you're doing terrible. When you're not, you're actually doing a lot better. It's just you see a lot more of the mistakes. The scope is widened.
Well, like right now, like my thing is I don't know what it is. Like usually I notice sometimes I feel like when I'm playing bad and I'm like judging my teammates. You know how everybody says their teammates suck, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, that's true to an extent, but I feel like people over-criticize their teammates' mistakes when they're making mistakes that could be even bigger, right?
I do.
I feel like a lot of players do that. But in this case, it's the complete opposite because this guy, now that I'm watching this replay back, because I haven't seen this replay back from my teammate's POV, he's playing like shit. Especially for someone on an ult, right? But if I would have, I didn't notice that, which is different because usually I notice all my teammates' mistakes, but I was playing so good this game, I feel like, to the point where it didn't matter that he was playing bad, I was just always there. Like, I don't know. I felt like I just controlled the tempo of this game. And that's the thing, is I'm kind of curious as to, like, how that, like, where that came from. Like, I don't know what I did to start feeling like that. Because it's a good thing. I just want to know what I did, like, what I changed. Because it's so drastic. Because I looked at my replays from, like, March when I got out of basic, and I was still hard stuck 1500. And this is 1800. Now, I know you say elo doesn't make that big of a difference, but a 1500 and an 1800, that's a massive skill difference.
Well, I was saying in terms of what you do, not necessarily it's more or less a difference in general. What I was saying in how you feel.
Right.
I was like, well, because you get a low and you assume yourself to be the fucking worst on the planet. You're like, maybe I belong here in 1500, and I'm like, well, not exactly, you know. But at the same time, I'm not discrediting the fact that it does reflect some level of play. I'm just saying
that's what I was trying to figure out was exactly what level of like what I'm trying to figure out. Well, and I do know parts of it, like your whole like being super hyper aggressive as second man and looking to cut nonstop. Like now that I have that down, I literally jumped like 200.
You say that, but then when I watch you play, you're doing the same thing that fucking Fiasco Alt is doing to you.
Now, I feel like I do it a lot less. I feel like I do it a lot less.
Yeah, you do, but I want it to be perfect.
Because when you first, no, I know you do, and I'm trying to get to that, right? I'm not gonna like stop working on it, obviously, but I am saying like whenever you first started telling me about it, I used to do it all the time. I used to do it everywhere. But now I do it like maybe like 35% of the game.
Yeah.
But the other 65%, 70%, I feel like I'm staying in the play.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's true. It's just
I'm just trying to learn.
What? Holy fuck!
Look at my POV of this. Please look at my POV. I was so heartbroken.
What? You just
go to my POV. No, go back. I was like, what is happening?
Still, it's not your fault. He just literally left the net open. He knows the shots are coming from this guy. And he just left it.
I know.
What the fuck?
I have no idea.
GC3, by the way. This is GC3, everyone.
This is SSL. This guy's SSL. This is SSL.
Holy fuck, it's painful. It's not your fault at this point. This is just a forced error on his part. There's nothing. And then you get the Howard. Oh, you get the delay. 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 Oh, you
I did delay it on
Okay,
purpose.
okay.
I did delay it on
Well played.
purpose just for
Okay,
that,
Howard
and
kickoff.
then-
And then you got the full man beat. Yeah, it's an open net. Okay. Yay. Okay, game in. Okay, I think you got plenty. Okay, so big thing that was going on is the 2 TOF right here. How to handle switches, right? And the give or take. If you're playing opposite side zone and you could beat this guy and match him on the challenge, right? Then go, obviously you can go for it, right? That's still up to you, right? But the big thing is that if you're not beating this guy and you're near side and it switches, right? The whole point of not diving into this corner and being backwards here is so that you can use that space to go into position and make and compensate and basically be what we wanted to do on opposite side zone, which was opposite side zone. We're taking this 50 this way. But when we can't beat him, we shadow him here so that now we can approach and try to get it as much as we can over here. That's the whole point, right? But we need the space in order to do that, right? And it's kind of the same thing even on second man here because you still will somewhat slalom into position here, right? But the difference is on a switch, you just do it from the other side, which is right here. And then you go into position, right? And then that changes the way that you cut. Okay. Now, if he's backwards, it's going to change the way it's basically going to make your like cut moot because you're not going to know where it's going to go. And usually it ends up behind you if that guy's backwards, which would usually happen in fucking 1800, 1900 because people just don't know any better. But when you play structure, when you play with tournament players are going to play here and they're going to look and they're going to play super patient. They're going to just let you have the corner. And then if it goes high, what they're going to do is they're going to grab a couple extra pads. They're going to space out like this, right? They're going to either release it and let you go, right? If you have full boost, or they're just going to say, hey, I'm just grabbing some pads, and then they're going to go for it. Make sense?
Yeah.
They either release it, or they still go for it, but they're just going to do it a little bit later when they get a little bit more boost, or they're going to go for it immediately if they have the boost. Sometimes they have to greed the extra pad or two in order to go for it. That is a comms thing. That is typically only applicable to comms. And ranked, what they're probably going to do is they're probably going to pull the J key. They're going to do a round like this, and they're going to come around, and then they're going to do that. Make sense? That's what happens on switches. Okay, right. And now, that's how to do it. So it's basically up to you. If you want to play sideline here, and it just happens to switch, that's the Achilles heel. You just deal with it. That's what it is. There's nothing you can do to change that.
I've started figuring out that I do end up, like, just playstyle-wise, I like to play that sideline. Because if it does come to my side, 90% of the time the players are terrible enough to where if it does end up going sideline, I actually do score it because they're just bad. But if it does switch, usually they're also bad enough to where they don't start an offense fast enough for my teammate to not get back, and then I can end up getting a good force, and it's a safe position anyway.
Yep,
so that's kind of the way I personally like to play it in ranked. And then once I get higher, I'll figure out if it changes or not.
Now, yeah, and
I've played with it on both sides because when I play with KJ, I like to play that the same way I just said because I know he'll get back every time, so I can force as early as possible from the opposite side, and then he just gets a free ball. Or if it goes right into me in sideline, then I just score it anyway. So it feels like there's really no wrong answer there. I'll just have to because now I've just kind of been experimenting with it. Like now that I understand it enough, I can actually kind of play with it a little bit and figure out what my mechanics can tolerate versus what they can't.
Ooh. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, so that was the switch. That's hand-to-hand of the switch. It's also like you're gonna have an Achilles heel no matter what you do. Sometimes you're gonna have outcomes where you play a second man near side and it should be somewhat going into the sideline, and then the guy ends up turbo winning the 50 because they had a bad hit, end up hitting it into your guy so bad that it ends up switching, and now you're in a bad spot because you were playing for the sideline, but now it switches and now you're not beating that guy, so now you just kind of have to wait, and that's just unfortunate. It's just how it is. There's nothing you can do to fix that. You will create an Achilles heel no matter what you do. It's just literally you're just playing the higher probability, right? And then there's other times where you're playing opposite. Now, most of the time in twos, when you're playing opposite side zone is typically when you're rotating out from your first man position. Like you just went, you're rotating out, you're already opposite side zone because you landed there. That's typically when you're doing it. Okay, the only time that typically you're going to move opposite side zone on a transition to offense is if your fucking first man just turbo wanted over his guy and he's getting another possession. Not many. Most of the time you're just going to play behind him. And then, you know, you're going to play sideline or you're going to play some kind of slalom into the sideline or something like that. And then if it switches, you play the switch. That is literally all you need to know, basically. Okay, so you don't need to force playing opposite side zone, especially on a TOF. It's already going to be taken care of by the rotation. The rotation takes care of itself in that way. So you play the opposite side zone when you're opposite side zone, and you play near side zone when you're near side zone, right? Potato was asking me this. He was like, how do I play like near side zone, opposite side zone? It's like, dude, you just play where you are. Honestly, you're already opposite side zone. You just play opposite side zone. Typically, that's 1 to 3. You're already opposite side zone. You just play that, right? Now you're looking for those cuts. Same shit, right? 2s is the same thing, right? Especially on that second man TOF position. You're gonna play typically near side zone unless your teammate wins a turbo winning 50 over his guy and gets another possession. Very rare, but it does happen. So that's how to handle those. That's how to handle those. And we also talked about your 1 to 3 and how to cut in based on the second man timing. And also that'll lead to some frustration, because if your second man is just ultra late to shit, if your second man is just ultra late to shit and he's too close and he ends up backwards, then your 1 to 3 timing is now ultra delayed because you would like to cut in here, but now you have to wait and go here because he can't cut in, and sometimes he'll even do a double donut, and now you're having to give up even more space. Like, dude, I just missed this. I missed this. Now I have to go all the way back here. We just missed all this space. Now we're all the way back here. I'm like, it drives me crazy. When I play, this drives me crazy.
I feel like every time I have one of these sessions, because like recently I felt like the last time we did this, right? You were basically like, hey, like you need to be cutting into second man. And I felt like I was, even though I really wasn't at all, right? But then I realized, okay, now, like I need to take this into consideration. So I started doing it, and now I'm 1800, and I feel like I was doing it perfectly, but then I had to have another session. It feels like it's sharpening a knife every time.
Yeah, you're not able to retain all of it, but you'll retain, like, you know, I don't know, like 40%, 60% of it, and then it's just, just keeps. Yeah. But I mean, I think you're getting, it looks like you're getting pretty close. It's just you're getting caught sometimes in the whole, I'm in the ranked rotation, let me just rotate out and kind of brain dead it. And I don't particularly blame you, because you're not noticing the giant hole in the position, typically because your teammate's mostly backwards, because your teammates, rather than playing a correct second man, will usually push up your ass so bad that when this 50 comes here, they're completely square. So it makes no sense for you to do a cut in like this, because you just, I don't know why you would see it if it would never fucking happen, right? Or even if they are do that, which is optimistic, they're so far backwards by the time this guy goes in, he can't even turn for it. He has to go here. So why would I ever look to cut in here? How could I ever learn that on my own, right? Until you get a fucking crazy coach like me, where you actually play at a higher level, who goes, hey, by the way, they're supposed to play it like this so you can cut in. And I tell you what you don't know. But you're not going to be able to learn that in rank. It's really difficult. It's really did. So yeah, it won't happen, because I was just playing last night. My teammate was fucking perma backwards, bro. Every time I needed him out, I was showing my friend this. I was like, are you seeing this? My friend, he doesn't even fucking play this game. I was like, are you seeing this? I think it was this one right here. I'm not sure. They come out every single time. Okay, I can't really go for this. 1 to 3 is blind. Yep. You see me doing this here. Look. I don't think it was it here in the corner? Yeah, it was. Right. This is opposite side zone. Taking that and making that 50. Now again, you did something like this, but I was like, hey, as long as you're not forcing a bad counterattack. I'm gonna go up first. My teammate's not gonna go. But there's a very specific position in here. See, no teammate. See, how
yeah, just no one. It's just yeah. So I can feel it too now. Like,
right here.
Yeah, I've started to learn like how it should feel.
Yes.
Like, playing at that level.
That's what I want.
Like I've started to turn it into instinct. Like, oh, my teammate. I feel like my teammate should be here, and then you look and you're like, oh yeah, he does.
Yeah, you see this like giant gap in the position. You're like, wait, why is there so much space here?
Weird. Yeah,
and then you see you went for full boost, and you're like, bruh.
Now you're just
see, look at
it.
Yeah, so I made a good 50 here, so ends up working out okay. Right, me playing opposite side zone again right here. Not really gonna work out. Play the doink. Hitting a teammate. No big deal. Opposite side zone again. Ends up hitting it over this guy. Not much going on. There's a very specific like second man. I think it was on DFH actually. I think it was this one. It happened like 4 times in a row. Yeah, it did. Siptic. Yeah, this guy was terrible. Okay, so he went for it here. He just kind of smacked that zone. You're looking to turn on. Can't go for it. 50's fine. Okay, now what? Right, rotating back into position. Looking to cut mid here. Can't do it. See the big clear. Now I'm immediately on. Bad first touch. Forces a bad 50. Puts it in the corner though. And this guy Cole fucked up. So now I get a decent 50. Notice how he's out. You see that again?
Yeah.
This is the habit. This is literally the habit. Look, he comes out like I'm going to fucking win this 50 and it's going to go perfectly square. What? And this is it's a very common theme among these players. You see me, I immediately put a keyframe down. Right, playing opposite side zone again. Rotating back in, I'm opposite side zone. Play the cut as I'm blind. He's blind. I know my teammate's not back. Right, looking to cut, play around. There's a where is that? Backwards again. You see this?
Yeah.
Look, he didn't cut this. 1 to 3.
Yeah,
right
he
here.
should be looking to move it upfield.
Yeah, we should be looking to hit it square. I should have backup there, but he just gives him this double, and I'm just like, get me out at this point, you know. This is good. It's a square. See how he's out? And he just literally takes a sweet fucking time. It's every time it's a second man push up. It's a second man push out. That is a kryptonite. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so sad. We're fine. He's on. It goes over him. He's not able to hit it. It's like, it was just like, I think it was like 4 times that game. Where every time he plays second, he pushes out. And he's completely backwards. See it backwards right here. See that?
Every time.
Every time they're backwards. This is what I'm trying to fix. Because if I don't recorrect it, you turn into this. And then look, you get dusted. And this is just... These are just terrible. He's going to go early, right? No, he's going to like take himself out of going on a fucking sidewall. See, early. See that?
There he is again.
See it?
Too tight.
And now he gets beat.
Tight.
Look at that. Because he can't match him on the turn. You're basically done. Look, see? See, he pushes out right there?
Yep.
Right there. I mean, this happens every time. And it means that you're a constant 2v1. Because if your teammate constantly does that, you don't know how to basically cut in here because it's just completely not necessary because your teammate's always backwards. So, of course, people go all the way back. Because you have to give the whole field the space anyway. I just...